What's going on? Oh, the poor guy. They're just for filtering on the left. As if that's any more dangerous. That's fucked. Seriously. I think that law's so stupid. There's so many circumstances where it's completely fine, where it should be completely fine to filter on the left. If anything, you know, sometimes I think it's actually safer, especially if there's a huge gap and you're doing it slowly. What can go wrong? You know, oh, there might be a pedestrian coming out. There could be a pedestrian walking across in the middle of the road. If you're going down the middle of the road, it's the same risk. This is something that I've actually wanted to talk about for a while, about Queensland lane filtering laws. So these new laws have come out, and basically lane filtering's been legal since February this year, but with some restrictions. So the law defines lane filtering technically as filtering or moving between two lanes of traffic that are travelling in the same direction. So technically, going to the left of a vehicle is not called lane filtering by law. Now, edge filtering by law is when you have to cross the solid edge line or enter the shoulder to filter. It's called edge filtering. Hey, look, this guy's got a GoPro. Oh, what the hell's this cycle doing? Don't do that! Oh, why did you do that? Just wait till the bloody truck stops. Oh, anyway, what were they saying? Fuck. Now, you can only legally edge filter when the speed limit is 90 kilometers an hour or more. But edge filtering is defined as crossing that solid line. So if you can edge filter without crossing this solid edge line or entering the shoulder, then technically you're not edge filtering, you're undertaking. So then the law goes to undertaking. Well, the law says you're allowed to legally undertake if the cars are stationary and if it's reasonably unlikely, or it also says you're not allowed to do it if it's reasonably likely you'll strike a pedestrian, which in itself is very subjective. What defines whether it's reasonably likely to strike a pedestrian? Is it when there's a pedestrian there, or what about on roads where there's no footpaths? So my interpretation of that law, and I'm no lawyer, so I take no responsibility for any fines you get, but my interpretation of that law is that when it's safe to do so, you can filter to the left of a vehicle, as long as there's no risk that you're going to hit a pedestrian. And I interpret that as there being no pedestrians, or no pedestrians about to enter the road. And technically as well, because it's not edge filtering, because it's undertaking, sneakily enough, there wouldn't be any speed limit to it. I wonder what cop's gonna agree to that. Look, this is all very taking the law very literally. So again, I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how it's gonna hold up in court. Is this guy gonna let me in? Thanks, mate. Yeah. But if a cop ever pulls me up on it, that's what I'm gonna say. I think in the end, regardless of the law, and I'm not going to publicly say you should break the law, but the priority should be safety. Don't worry about going, oh, I can't do this, I have to watch my speedo to make sure I'm doing 30 kilometers an hour and not a kilometer more because otherwise I'm going to get fined. Look, seriously, fuck that. Do your best to stay within the law, but you have to prioritize your safety. Look where you're going. Look for hazards. Look for pedestrians that are going to come through. And please don't filter in front of trucks. Wait till they're stopped. Make sure the truck does not have room to roll forward, and if the truck's at the front of the lights, do not get in front of the truck. They can't see you, and a lot of the time they start rolling before the light turns green, so they're just going to squash you. And they're not doing it intentionally. They just have no idea you're there. So if there's two vehicles, get in front of the car or just stay back. Anyway, take that piece of advice and filter safely. Fuck! I see that coming.